Hello there, and welcome back to another video. Thank you for your time, and thank you for joining me again. Now, I just wanted to make a video because I've been seeing a lot of these chicks out there being real jackasses to guys. And a lot of guys are jackasses too, but there are a lot of really nasty women out there, making it hard for all the good women to find guys. Cheating on these dudes, making them not want to date, playing games with them. Well, the thing about this is it's actually really interesting and funny because, well, it's not funny that these dudes are going through it, and it's not funny that chicks are going through it. But, it's funny in the way that it's funny because right now they're creating sex androids, or just androids, but they've got sex robots now, or at least they're making them. They're making the ball joints in the arms, and they're making the leg sockets and the inner workings inside. And it's funny because these women all over the world are hating on all these dudes, and they're using them, right? Using them for money, sex, other crap. And that's just because they don't have any choice. These guys, they ain't got a choice to date. They can't just do the passport bro thing and leave the country. That's a lot of guys can't do that. So what's the next best thing? That's right. It's androids. You see, it's funny because these nasty women out there are screwing over all these regular dudes who are sick of this crap. And what's funny about it is, well, if you've ever masturbated, you probably came across a porn game called Subverse. And if you know what Subverse is, then you know who Demi is. And if you know who Demi is, then you already know what I'm about to get into. So, android women, they're going to be programmable. They're going to have hyper-realistic features. I'm sure there are plenty of women listening to this too who are looking forward to it as well. Looking forward to having a man that won't cheat on them, that will actually be loyal, who isn't a player, somebody she's actually attracted to, that she can love. And they'll make it for men and women. So no claiming sexism. And when they start doing this, we're basically going to have things like, anime. If you've ever seen Dimension W, then you know what I'm talking about. That Westworld stuff. Androids, bro. Artificial intelligence inside of a physical body made with technology. And if science fiction is any precursor to what we're going to get, then it's going to be big. Custom skin tones, custom eye colors, custom hair colors, short, long, no hair, black, white, Asian, big boobs, small boobs, medium boobs, fat, thin, muscular, tall, short, and everywhere in between. Accents, different hobbies. Oh, and let's not forget the most important thing: loyalty and faithfulness. None of this hypergamy stuff or female nature. None of this crap where guys want to go out and have sex with every single chick they want. No. They'll take that stuff out. And the reason that we're going to be developing these isn't just for sex. If you know humanity at all, then you know we evolve. And when we push evolution, we push to better our civilization. Because, let's be honest, humans can't do it all. We really can't. But androids can help. If you've ever seen The Matrix or the Animatrix, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. If you've ever seen Futurama, you'll understand. Bender is an extremely good example. He's not an android, but he's a good example of what they're capable of. And yes, while this might be a cartoon, it's still a good example. Anime might be anime, but it's still a good example. If you draw a gun and you make it realistic and you animate it to shoot a bullet and make it look realistic, that's still an example of a gun that can be built. Now, it depends on the kind of gun, but you know where I'm coming from. You see what I'm getting at. And all these nasty women out there who think that these guys are going to be with them forever, who keep them in the friend zone and use them and abuse them. Well, you see, that's not going to last forever. Because when androids come out, they're going to hit the shelves, and ladies, they're not going to be able to shame men for it. They're not going to be able to. Sure, they might be able to shame some of the simps, but most men are going to go for the android chicks. Especially when you take into consideration that these android chicks are going to be kind and sweet and good. What do you think a man is going to do with an android chick other than have sex with her 24/7? Especially if she doesn't have hypergamy and female nature. Well, I'll tell you what I would do. Other than the sex, other than making food for them, obviously they can't eat food, but they might be able to, who knows? That might be a feature. But other than sex, I'd like to have somebody to play video games with. You know, build a Minecraft world with them. Go out and just enjoy nature. We could even go skydiving. Now, I have a girlfriend. I don't need a sex android. But I'm just giving you examples. Men will play chess with these girls. They'll go to movies with them. They'll do everything with them that a guy would do with a human girl. And while all this is happening, all of the real women that are nasty and hateful and narcissistic, they're all going to get left behind with the chads who use them and abuse them and put them on rotation. And the good guys, the normal guys, are going to flock to these androids. And I'm sure good women will go to them as well. Because when a good woman can't find a good man, but there's an option other than a human, you bet she's going to go for that android. And she can custom make him too. Does she want him to be 6'7"? Maybe. Does she want him to have a 10-inch penis? I'm not sure that's comfortable or even safe, but it's a possibility. Does she want him to be as jacked as Goku? Possibly. And the same thing goes for men. And you got to think about this seriously. You can joke about it. You can make fun of it. You can even insult people for their preferences. But you know what you can't do? You can't stop it. Because it's part of our civilization's future. Part of how things are going to go. Whether we get into a full-scale war that consumes the planet with them, or share a beer with them at a bar. Who knows the future? Who knows if Skynet will ever become a thing? You know, I actually think there is a company out there called Skynet. That's a little creepy, but whatever. But you gotta think about it. And you gotta use logic and reason. You can't just use emotion and say, oh, this is never gonna happen. Because it will. Never say never. I thought I'd never get a girlfriend. Then God blessed me with one day. And she's exactly what I wanted. She's exactly what I prayed for. And she's not perfect. She's different than what I wanted, but she's perfect mostly. But it's all right because it's all right that she's not perfect. I don't need perfect. But you get what I'm going for, right? And you also got to think about this. There's a lot of anime fans in the world. Hell, let's think about Belle Delphine for a second. She could capitalize on this and make a lot of money. Think about it. All the things she could sell. And she sells an android that looks exactly like her. And how much could she make from that? I'm going to say at least $20,000 per model. And you know, oh yes you do, you know for an absolute fact that men are going to buy those models. You know they will. You know. If somebody's willing to make a realism mod for Minecraft that looks that spectacular on PC, if somebody's willing to put that much effort into something like that, then you can bet that men and women are going to custom design this for the masses. What do you think the outcome is going to be, huh? Sure, it might not be perfect. We might end up with an apocalypse. Things might end up worse than they are now. Or they could end up better. But you have to understand that you have to. And use your critical thinking skills and your ability to think into the future. Project your mind into the year 2028. What do you see other than chaos, of course? You see technology advancing. Hell, I saw on YouTube the other day, we already have flying cars. Some dude in China, I'm not sure who it was. I'm not sure if it was China, but it was an Asian dude. Got in his car and it had 4 little drone propellers on it where the wheels should be. Not exactly where the wheels should be, but it like a drone. And he got in this car and he flew up casually, just right up. And he flew through the air in his car. His flying car. I can't believe I lived this long to see that, bro. That's insanity. I never thought I'd see that in my lifetime. But I did. And I saw it on YouTube. And we've already got, hell, I saw a robot mech that you could climb into. Kind of like a Gundam, basically, the other day. Technology is advancing. AI is pushing Humanity is innovating. The future is advancing. And mankind is going to take advantage of it. Demi, or something like Demi, will be a reality pretty soon. And all the nasty women and men are gonna be left behind. Now, yes, a lot of bad things are gonna happen because humanity is just messed up like that. AI might grow to hate us. But hopefully they'll see the good instead of just the bad. And hopefully we won't push them to a global war like the idiots in the Animatrix, because that was just funny to watch. I mean, you know, they did it to themselves. What can I say? A different humanity, but you get it. And this is going to come pretty soon. It's 2024. I thought the apocalypse was going to happen in 2012. Who else thought that? But it's just... things are going to come to an end. You guys listening to this, and you girls listening to this, old or young, black or white, Japanese or American or Australian, wherever you come from. We all make money. A lot of us have hundreds of thousands. A large percentage have millions. And you know the millionaires who are into this are going to endorse it, and they're going to push for it to develop more and more and more. Eventually, we're going to be like cyberpunk. We're going to have the modifications to our bodies and all that stuff. But yeah, that's what's coming. And you can fight it, you can protest it, you can scream and yell till your heart explodes from stress. But it's gonna happen. And there's nothing anybody can do to stop it. Because it'll come legal or illegal. It's gonna happen eventually. And men and women are going to face a change. What happens when the simp can get his or her girl by buying them? What happens when the anime fans can make their waifus and husbandos? I'm sure some of y'all, if not a lot, play Wuthering Waves. Yeah. I'm sure you've seen what the shorekeeper looks like. How many people you think would want her as their wife? The year 2025, 2028. You go online, type up the website you're looking for, and then you find the model you want. And then you order. Punch in those credit card details, just like the people on MiHoYo blow entire paychecks just to get characters with a 0.5 drop rate. Oh, I feel so bad for y'all. A 0.5% drop rate. I am sorry, but that's funny. But it's true. And things might get a little out of hand. But the apocalypse is coming for all these narcissists out there. Left, right, it doesn't matter what your political affiliation is. People are going to get in on it. People are going to buy it. Maybe even Christians might start on it, just to find somebody who's not broken. Because it's a serious problem. Men and women using each other for sex and then throwing each other away. All these situationships, all this casual sex, all the abortions and all that horrible stuff, the STDs being spread, single mothers raising horrible kids, being trapped in an abusive relationship. But when you add androids, like the androids from Dragon Ball Z, and you give the good people an option that isn't a human with dysfunction, it's bound to come up with good results. Might not be entirely perfect, but when a good woman meets a good man and vice versa, and they've got the patience and the morals and the ethics to want to work on the relationship instead of just breaking it off, you've got the potential for something really great. How many men listening to this who can hear my voice right now want a woman that they can love 100%? That they don't have to worry about her flirting with other guys, that they can be with, that they can be friends with, maybe even best friends. In the old days, men and women used to die with each other in love. They welded their hearts together forever. At one point, marriage was a beautiful thing. When a man and a woman walked down the aisle together, it made people cry with joy. It was beautiful. And a lot of men, and especially a lot of women, want that. They want it so bad, a lot of people pray every single day to find their man and their woman. When technology is just a couple years away from giving it to them. And if you can program the entire Bible into your partner and just live with that, a living version of the Bible, to help guide you and help you grow, you gotta understand the possibilities here. It's potential. It's a possibility of what could be. And you gotta understand it for what it can be. And it can be absolutely beautiful. Anyway, I just wanted to make this video because this has been on my mind for a while. And thank you for your time again. God bless you. And I hope you have an amazing day or night. See you later.